chuffed I am.
Bloody chuffed.
I keep getting reminded that you all can't hear this, but I can. Welcome back to the Land of Tales. I am, as always, your Game Master, Doobie, and I'm here joined every single time by the Cheese Boys. Cheese Boys say, hey.
Cheese boy. Hey.
I do believe that Trad Cheddar is Ratman right now. If I'm wrong about that, something crazy has happened. I just watched the last episode. Speaking of this last episode, we found ourselves outside of the den of the big wolves, where we met a whole bunch of wolves. Perhaps everybody's favorite, but certainly my favorite, Big Dad Wolf, who you all talked to a lot about the strange stillness in the forest, and all of the missing wolves. Currently missing, unable to be found for however long we have. The Blue Fairy, the Queen of the Fortunate Isles, the Fairy Godmother, Tinkerbell, Big Bad Wolf, Big Lad Wolf, Big Zand Wolf, Big Fad Wolf, Big Grad Wolf, Big Zad Wolf, Big Vlad Wolf, Big Wad Wolf, Big Jod Wolf, Big Hald Wolf, and Big Dad Wolf.
It's like half my family, bro.
It's a lot of the wolves, and a lot of the fairies who you were thinking and juggling ideas back and forth last time, and came to the conclusion that some of these characters seem to be characters who don't belong to any one story. Not sure what that means yet, but an interesting piece of information. While you were long resting, something snuck past Pinocchio's passive, sleepy perception to take some of the wolves. But Pinocchio was able to see at the very last second, as Big Dad Wolf reached for him, a long, clawed with black nails, sickly pale hand reaching out to grab the Big Dad Wolf and pull him somewhere else entirely. At the end of all of this, you left the big wolves to take care of one another while you take on the treacherous journey to Merveille. Jumping through a piece of glass, a mirror, Chess pulled you into the fabulous place called Merveille, where you found a stunning forest full of technicolor mushrooms. And on the other side of a thin silver river, you see these huge crisscrossing mountains made of different materials. The first one is made of grass, and the second is some sort of ice situation. Then a weird, desert, and it just keeps going as far as the eye can see. You all land. Nobody takes any damage, even though Chess has dropped you from quite a high height because he is a tricky little cat. But you find yourselves in Merveille, this wild and crazy place, and far, far off in the distance that you cannot see in this picture lives this castle. Players, what do you want to do?
Bob is immediately taking all of the notes about all of these weird things he's seeing, immediately going to pull out the notebook and jotting down everything, trying to make a sketch of all of this and being like, one of the mountains seems to be made of grass, and another one seems to be made of some ice. There's another one that's sandy. I've never seen anything like this before.
Bob, have you ever considered voice notes or something? I think that could save you a lot of time. Just a thought.
What's a voice note?
You do have gorgeous handwriting, though, I will be honest with you. I could never write like that.
Thank
Your
you.
penmanship, exquisite.
I'd love to learn
voice
about
notes
whatever
later,
this
but,
voice note is, though.
Yeah, it's so you just say it and into a little thing, and then the thing records your voice saying it, and then you don't have to write it with your little paw of your hands, and you can just listen to it later.
That sounds amazing.
Once we find the Big Dad Wolf, he's got one. He can like show it to you, and you can see like, oh, is this a thing I could use or not? You'd be able to
Amazing.
take more notes. Is all. That's
That'd be
all.
great.
As
'Cause,
this conversation is happening, Ratman is walking around surveying the land and is smelling the air. I take all my notes right up here in my steel trap.
you're what?
Chess appears on your head and with a little paw knocks on the top and goes, "That is not a steel trap.
Made of steel! Fine metals,
No,
many complicated aluminums.
that is organic. That is not metal."
Technically,
You are
technically
just
metal's
cat.
organic.
Oh,
What?
science.
Did you say you were a cat when the response was science? Is that what just happened? Dude, if that kind of science blows your mind, just wait till we get on to like amphibians and non-mammalian creatures. Like, whoa.
Oh, I do not know most of the words you just said. Welcome to Mervai, everybody. And Chess like is bouncing on different like strange animals, like a flying stingray passes by and Chess like jumps on the back and it twirls around a mushroom and comes back down. Chess is having a great time and has not stopped moving since you all got here.
I want to surf on a stingray really bad.
The stingrays are not very large.
Oh, that looks like a snack. Can I eat that?
You could, I suppose. I do not know if they would like that all that much. And also they do a little stingy, zink, and it will hurt you. So things here are very beautiful, but also very dangerous. Science. Yes, you know that things that are very brightly colored, they are usually more dangerous. If you would like to look around at this world, you may find, this everything is pretty brightly colored, so fun and also dangerous.
So what you're saying is, go for it. Nope. Is everything poison? That's what I'm getting from this.
Not everything is poison, but and not everything is dangerous. But it is things that are dangerous kind of look like other things that are not dangerous. It is a tricky world, but lucky for you, you have a guide in the trickiest cat there is.
Speaking of Chess, so I'm assuming that castle way off in the distance there is the castle. Is that where the queen is?
There is only one castle. Nobody else was allowed to have a castle.
Oh boy.
Is the castle poison?
It is very bright.
Parts of the castle are poison. That is true. The castle is... It is great fun to be there. But also you are in trouble a lot if you are there.
Science tells me that the corns in my eyes really like the brightly colored things.
The corns? You have corn in your eye?
That's what I said.
Jess is right looking into your eye. Just like looking... I do not see any corns.
Can I go look at the other eye?
Chess's eyes grow enormous until the rest of him disappears, and it's just these like huge iridescent, like constantly changing eyes. And I do need both of you to make a charisma saving throw.
Me?
Both of you.
Oh, my dice went flying.
Hey, baby, that's gonna be a sweet, sweet 21.
Great.
Mod 20.
Oh, cool. You are not affected by Chess's truly passive effect when he does this. You look into those eyes for just a second and you're like, back at Ratman, do you have corn in your eyes? And Ratman, you just look at Bob. You're like,
Bob, can't you see the corn?
Well, I'm looking real close. There's some, I do see some, kind of triangle-like shapes, which kind of looks like a candy corn.
That's the... We all have corn, right?
Uh-huh.
You have
Yeah.
corn too.
Do I?
That's the triangles. That's how eyes work. Science.
Mhm.
Oh.
Bob breaks that down.
It's corns and roads, I think, right? You got two
Yeah.
corn? Yeah.
Corns
See if
and
there's
roads.
roads in there, Bob.
Yeah. Do you see the roads?
One time, I had corn in my teeth.
Is that the whole story?
Well, I was a donkey. I don't really remember. I made somebody mad and ran away from parents and authority figures, and he took me up in a wagon to go to a special place made of candy or something like that. When I woke up, I was actually a donkey and I was in a stable. They put me in a circus, and then I couldn't perform the tricks because I hurt my little hoof. And then they were like, "Ooh, we're gonna make you into glue." And I was like, "That's totally unacceptable." And so I just kind of escaped and somehow turned back into a Pinocchio. I can't really remember much. This place is wild.
So what you're telling me is, you're actually glue?
No, I was almost turned into glue. I had corn in my teeth, which was really kind of the main through line of the story. I don't know if I elucidated that enough, but
Oh,
I
the
don't
corn
think
was
that
stuck
was
the whole
clear.
time?
corn was stuck the whole time. It looked like I had gold teeth, except, corn.
And nobody told you, like, hey, bro, you've got corn in your teeth.
Well, I was a donkey. My only other friend there was also a donkey, and we couldn't really speak with one another. We were just donkeys. So it was like, who's gonna tell a donkey you got corn in your teeth?
I can't argue with that logic.
You have the best stories I've ever heard.
I hope you also have the best therapist. What were you guys saying?
Oh, it's just maybe one of the scariest, most horrific times of my life. But it's a good story. So we can always find that silver lining.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
This place is crazy.
I'm gonna.
it-
I was just gonna say, I think Bob is gonna take that moment to kind of awkwardly just saunter away and just do a little perimeter check.
Ratman's so confused.
Jess is lands on Pinocchio's shoulder and does a cat rubbing its little face against your cheek and is like, "Oh, that is pretty disturbing, Pinocchio. I am sorry that happened to you."
Thanks.
Yeah,
I look at Rad. Oh, sorry. So sorry, Pinocchio.
It's okay.
Can I do an investigation?
You can absolutely do an investigation.
22.
Okay. So 22, you are somewhere in between the mushrooms and the mountains. So you both lead in this sort of strange curve to the castle. You can either go through the forest, you can follow the river if you want, but there's not a lot of cover there. You're very out in the open the whole time. Or you can choose to go into the mountains and do that situation. Chess affirms that those are both ways that you can get there. In your immediate vicinity, you see a lot of stuff. There's strange, psychedelic looking animals moving all over the place. Things are flying that aren't supposed to. There's weird little birds swimming in the river in between. But nothing. You don't see anybody hiding and looking at you.
Amazing. Yeah, so I think I kind of after I circle back around, I'm so yeah, so looks like maybe we got two ways out of here. Is that right, Chess?
Sorry, technically we can go down the river. The river is. If we go down the river, the Queen's crew, the knights, will come out and they will say, "What are you doing here? Are any of you fairies?" And then they will go, "Ah, Chess, you are a bad cat." And then they will try to at least get me, but probably get all of us to go to the castle. So if we want to get there that way, we could. But we could go through the mushrooms. Who knows what is in there? Things change all the time. Or we could go into the mountains, which is a little bit dangerous, because the Bandersnatch likes to run through the fun mountains, and likes to do like a penguin slide all the way down the ice one, which is very cute to watch, but I would not get near the Bandersnatch.
And that's different from the Jabba the Walkie, right?
Oui, the Jabberwocky, no one knows where that is. And I would not try to go find it. It seems like a bad idea. The Jabberwocky will eat you, it will eat me, it will eat maybe Miravi. I wouldn't.
I think these creatures should fear us, not the other way around.
Oh, well, that is, hubris.
Huber, what?
Precisely.
Is your name Huber? I thought it was Cheese.
No, it is neither of those things. You are funny.
Oh, humorous. Got it.
Yeah, humorous. Got it.
Ah,
Like
ha,
the
Ha.
bone in the leg, arm,
Yeah, in the leg.
science.
Science.
Yeah,
Science.
that's with your corns and your roads, kind of.
I will
Don't worry
tell
about it. It's
you.
advanced biology. We'll get to it later.
I can tell you that while science may be interesting, it probably won't do you much help here.
When we do science to figure out what is poison and what is not poison.
You may certainly try, but again, this is nonsense land.
Right, everything's poison. Totally forgot. Do any of these mushrooms look like the mushrooms that we fought way back a bajillion million years ago in the first episode?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Hmm.
Or investigation, or nature, whichever you've got the highest.
Nature.
Well, here we go. Ba-dum-bum-bum. We roll the
I don't need
dice.
dice range. Pinocchio, did you have a fingy up while I'm finding my dice?
No, I was just.
Is your little hand moving
voguing.
around your glove?
No, Pinocchio's like strangely at peace right now. Like, this is the first place that we've been to that I think he's not immediately having a panic attack over. And he's not particularly sure why. Something about like the outside matching the inside in terms of like unsurety and wildness and change like happening all the time. There's just kind of a weird piece about him right now.
Sick. Love that.
The fact that Pinocchio is not worried makes me really worried.
Big Red, what did you get on your perception?
I got me a nat 20, baby! So 24.
Okay. You don't see any mushrooms that like super. I mean, they're mushrooms. They don't remind you exactly of the mushrooms that you fought before. Those were like originally just looked regular, like mushrooms growing out of the ground. These are like bright technicolor. So there are like little mushrooms and stuff, and you do hear like little voices off in the mushroom forest. But with a nat 20, you do see like very far into the mushroom forest, there is a like huge lump out there on one of the mushrooms.
On one of the mushrooms.
Mhm.
Is it like a growth? Or is it like...
It's pretty far out there. It looks like none of the other mushrooms have this on it. It looks like a rock, maybe, from where you're standing. It is a nat 20. I do want to honor it, and this thing is like half
Sorry
a mile
about that.
away.
So, cheese bros. I don't know what y'all's eyesight is like, but I got my sick wolf eyeballs with all my sick wolf corns and roads, and I can see so far. And I see what looks like a lump. Do y'all see that?
Huh.
I think I want to go poke it, but I propose that instead of me running over there and poking it, we go together and maybe investigate more cautiously.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we've got to pick one of these paths to get to the castle anyway. If we want to go down the mushroom path so we can check out this rock, I'm totally okay with that.
Um, I have one thing to say, actually. If we go through the mushroom forest, then we will probably go into the castle through the crystal caves, which are very fun to look at, but they are pretty scary.
This all sounds really interesting, and I am not against the mushrooms at all. But I am just doing some squats over here because I was getting ready for that mountain.
There are
Dude,
some mountains. If we go through the mountains, it will take us in through the dungeon of the castle. It is very sneaky. Who knows who is down there though?
And then we could sneak attack them. They'll never spot us coming. Infiltration is the best tactic.
I
I
thought
like
it was
being sneaky.
honesty.
I haven't heard that expression.
Oh, yeah, honesty is the best tactic, is definitely an expression.
You
Oh.
should
Notes, what's up?
always be honest. Not because people force you to. It's a good thing in of itself.
Does that apply when
Nope. I think you're gonna ask the same thing. You go.
Does that apply when you're trying to sneak up and attack someone?
I mean, like, it's sort of like a gray area. See, like, ethical quandaries are a progression. They're something that you work on over time based on the context of the situation. So, I don't know if I'd call that dishonesty. I'd have to, like, see it play out. But I don't think sneaking is necessarily dishonest.
Because I've always heard that all is fair in love and war, and this is war.
See, no, I've always heard war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
We need to get our people back. This is the
Yeah.
time for the cheese boys to rise.
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 Rise. Speaking of rising, there's that lump growing out of that mushroom, and I can't stop thinking about it. So Big Rat has been doing that little like of trying to be a good dog, but I really am excited for the walk that you promised, and so I'm like at the door, you know, like I heard you get the collar out. I'm ready. That vibe. Let's just go. Let's just go look at the lump and then go to the mouth. Huh? Pinocchio, your hand is doing that flappy thing again.
I would just put it forward that Chess said that the mushroom place changes all the time. So if we go in there, we might just be, you know, railroaded forward through the crystal caves. So I would propose that we make a decision between the mountains and the mushroom forest with the intention of finding something that might help us not get stabbed in the neck. Because that's kind of like my chief concern right now. That was really upsetting. We haven't really processed that as a group yet, but I'll be the first to say that I felt bad when that happened. So, whatever we can do to avoid that, I would think that whichever direction we take should be not only going towards the castle, but towards finding something to not get stabbed in the neck with.
Oh, I
We
have
got
an
those
idea.
neck guards.
Yeah.
I have an idea. So, here in Merveille, there are some pretty wild characters, and some of whom are my friends. And I am here to see what happened to the Marcher. And so, when you go see the Marcher, usually you have to talk to the Mad Hatter, obviously, who is a little bit mad, but so intelligent, and might be able to take those neck guards that you got and make them with some sort of what does he do? It's like the magic, but with the stuff, right? With the physical things. He uses his magic in a physical way to make little robots. And
Ooh.
could maybe he has a word for it, but I do not remember. Something about putting magic into regular things and making them magic.
Is it like enchanting?
Almost like enchanting, but when you put one thing inside another thing, it starts with
Turducken.
oui, it is a turducken.
Heck, bro, those are delicious. I would love a magical. Wait a second.
Oui.
Are the turduckens here poison? You said everything was poison.
Well, not everything. We do eat, right? We have food.
You eat poison?
Well, sometimes, but I think people also eat things that are technically poison, right? Like the spicy ones that are they are spicy, so that you don't eat them, and then all of you humanoid folk are like, I'm going to eat it anyway because it's fun.
Ratman's getting a headache because. So what you're saying is a turducken is a pigeon?
No, it's like in that song by the great bard DJ Alchemist. He's like, oh, a turducken is definitely not poison, but make sure you eat it for the right reason. It's really deep if you think about it.
That is very deep.
Oh.
I appreciate you sharing that with us, Pinocchio. It plucked a string in my heart.
Pinocchio, you've been so vulnerable, and I just wanted to share that your words and the way that you took ownership of your emotions was so inspiring. And I don't think I'm there yet, but I just want you all to know that I feel so emotionally safe here. And with that being said, I think we should go find some magical robotic pigeons.
But everybody put on your neck brace first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we do.
No accident.
We have to go to where they are having the tea party, which is usually at the March Hare's house. Although he was acting very weird. And the fastest way to do that is through the mountains. But you can get there in the mushroom forest, but you have to go in the underground place. There's a little underground zoop. And it is treacherous.
See, Jess, you say stuff like poison and treacherous and scary, but you say it with like a big smile, like you're excited, which I honestly, as a fellow adrenaline junkie myself, think is great. I will say, just as some feedback for you, it's a little confusing because I don't know, like, well, should I avoid that or like run wholeheartedly into it and embrace it? And it's hard. I don't know. I can't tell.
I am a nonsense cat, and I like to be confusing. It is kind of my whole jam. So
You're really
I
good at it.
appreciate that feedback, but I think I will stick with who I am.
It sounds like the feedback is you're doing exactly correct then.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you. I've,
But to be
where we
clear,
go?
it is dangerous all over the place, and all of that sounds fun to me. There is no safe way, because the queen, she is everywhere, and she has spies everywhere. But there are some cool folks here. We just have to find them.
I have
Some
my
what? Blue folks? What did you say?
They're good folks.
Good. Oh, sorry. What do you have, Ratman?
I have my pumpkin galoshes on, and I'm ready to trek.
So where do you all want to go?
Oh, did we?
My vote is for following the mountains to the tea party.
So, Rad, let me ask you a question. I know, I can see in your eyes how much you want to go jump on that lump. And I can appreciate that wholeheartedly. It's like when I see a big pile of cheese, it's just irresistible. So, can we find a compromise? I don't want to deny Rad this exploration, But do we all agree that we need to find these robotic pigeons to help us with the neck situation?
Yeah. I mean, I want to investigate that lump, like, almost as bad as I want to find my brothers, but also, what color is the lump? Voice in my head.
What is what now?
What color is that lump?
It like looks like a rock. It's like, dark.
Okay, so not purple.
Definitely not purple.
Okay, well that's helpful. Chess, do you think the robot pigeons would be able to direct us back here later after I could come back for the lump later, if we could find it.
Well, as I said before, things change in the mushroom forest all the time. I do not know what sort of lump you are talking about.
That one right there.
Oh, look at that. Oh, you must have very keen eyesight. It is pretty far away.
I got 20/20 natural 20/20 vision, baby.
Well, I do not see why it would not still be there. It could be,
Cool.
it could not be, it could move somewhere. It could be a floating rock.
Well, I am really good at tracking, so how about this? I feel like that lump is important, but I feel like more important is the robot pigeons. So why don't if I take like a big sniff, can I like identify the scent of this area or maybe even of the lump itself so I can remember it and come back?
You can go ahead and make either a nature check or a survival check to track.
Right. 16?
You catch the scent of it, and so next time you want to track it, you can have advantage.
Oh, thank you, dear. All right, I've memorized the odor of the lump. I'm ready. Let's go in the mountains. Unless, Pinocchio, did you vote?
I'm all for the mountains and finding these blue folks.
Yeah, the blue robot. Okay, mountains, blue robot pigeons. Let's go. That lump smells so good, though. You guys. Anyway, we'll come back. Okay, let's go.
We're going for the Blue Folks Collective. That's what we're looking for.
What
The
blue
blue
folks?
person gang.
Yeah, exactly.
The blue boys? If we're the cheese boys?
Where did you all get blue from?
You said it, Chess. You said the blue robot pigeons, the blue human person collective. Not human. You didn't
I
specify.
don't think so.
Is in the mountain. Those were your. And you said it's right after you said every single thing here is poison and not to put any of it in your mouth.
I think that you are putting words in my little cat mouth. But hey, whatever you wish. Let's go to the mountains. So everyone's going to have to make a stealth check to get from where you are into the safety of the mountains. Once you're in the mountains, it's almost impossible to spot you. There's a lot going on there. Let me know if anybody wants to add anything.
What did we decide? I roll with advantage for stealth? Or something? Because there's the tracking, and then I'm real stealthy now because of leveling up. And
Yes. Yeah. You go ahead and roll that with advantage.
21!
Gorgeous.
That's also a 21.
I got a mod 20.
Chess looks at Bob and says, "Do you need a little help?" And sprinkles some sort of sparkles on you and goes, "Okay, sneaky." Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Thanks.
I love Chess so much.
Jess is just Doobie.
No, don't tell them that.
The
And
second
he's really
roll was
mean and
worse.
he's sparkles.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Oh, Bob.
No!
Oh,
It's
Bob.
not terrible.
Okay.
It's not terrible, but it is a 16. So the only thing the other thing that I was thinking is I paused before I rolled because I was sitting here like, oh, interesting. And so I was almost going to ask if I could make an insight check if I think it would be more stealthy or more attention grabbing if I were to summon some sheep for us to blend into.
I really appreciate that. Your sheep are like the fluffiest, most perfect like picture book sheep in the whole universe. Here would stick out like a sore thumb. This is like the style in my background is what we're in right now. This sort of like weird. So it would super more conspicuous, but fun.
Yeah. So 16.
16 is fine because I think between 4 of you, if I did some sort of math to average that out, would be around 18. So I'm gonna roll for those guys. The queen's people. What?
The Blue Human Collective.
The Blue Folks Collective.
I don't. With a natural 3, I don't understand where any of you got blue. I'm gonna rewatch this later to be like, when did I say this?
Also, pigeon. I don't know when you said pigeon either, but
blue robot pigeon. Well, pigeon came from Ratman interpreting a turducken as a pigeon.
Okay. Well, they rolled a natural 3 to try to find you, so you sneak into the mountains. There is a trail through the valleys of the mountains, which from afar look super easy. When you're close, they're like really hard lefts and rights. These like crags of different mountainous terrain as you start moving around. The first one is this big, like almost, it's a mountain, but it's like smaller than the other ones, just made totally of like the softest grass you've ever seen, but all these like crazy different colors. And you see Chess like bloop, appears at the top and then does a little roll all the way down, and is like, it is so much fun. Do you want to climb up? Let us climb.
Can you boop us up there like you just did?
No, it only really takes me. But so, and Chess looks around and is gonna make her own perception check here because things are everywhere. Chess looks around and then leans in and uses their little paws to like pull you all together. So, there is a pretty secret thing in Wonderland that I am certainly not supposed to talk about, but we are cheese boys, and also I think it might be helpful later. But the closer that we are to the castle, so the castle, we only have the one, because the queen was like, only I get to live in the castles, but this castle was actually built before this queen. We had other monarchs and people who lives in the castle, and so the castle is very ancient, and it is built on top of the heart of Merveille, which is a very large like crystal-y gem under the ground, and it used to be this temple where you could go and some people are religious about it, and some people are spiritual about it, and some people are just like, oh look, a beautiful crystal, but we cannot do that anymore. But myself, as a creature of Wonderland at Merveille, the closer I get to it, the more I can do things. So right now we are pretty far away, and I can bloop like I did before, which I could not do in our other world. So right now I could probably boop me and one other person. But as we get closer, I may be able to boop more people. My powers are pretty nonsense, and they come and go as they please. But the closer I am to the crystal, the less that happens, and the more nonsense I can do, and the big scales.
That's thrilling, bro. This is the sickest thing I've heard in a minute.
But that is why we are also scared of the queen, because she keeps that power very tight, keeps it far away from people.
She sounds very unjust.
She is not a good leader.
Well, all monarchs are kind of inherently unjust, but,
Maybe.
AMAB, I think all monarchs are bad, that's the thing we say.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
monarchs.
that one I've heard.
All monarchs are bad. Interesting. Alrighty. So we go through the mountains. The next one is we're going to sneak a little bit as we go through and try not to run into the Bandersnatch because that would be bad. We?
I'm ready
Well,
for the Bandersnatch.
Okay.
I'd love some more information before I decide that it's bad,
Oh, okay. So the Bandersnatch.
Especially because I know you're tricky.
I am a tricky cat. Sometimes the Bandersnatch and I are good friends, and sometimes the Bandersnatch and I are not good friends. The Bandersnatch is another fun creature of Wonderland. Was born here just like me, and is full of wonder and nonsense. The Bandersnatch is a very large creature, who has this sort of like sick like a hippopotamus, right? A thick back, and kind of a little scaly, but also kind of cute, and has these like patches of fur, but they have kind of fallen out now because he had this whole thing with the queen, and it was a whole situation. But he used to look very, very cute, very fluffy. But now he is a little more scaly, and he has the big fangs, and he will attack you because he does not like anybody except me sometimes, and the dormouse usually.
It sounds a lot like he's got mange, and I had mange one time, and it really did make me kind of hate most people. But it's real easy to cure. So if we could, he kind of just needs like a bath with some medicated shampoo. If we could find him and like give him a little bath, he could probably get fluffy again, and I bet that would mellow him out a lot, bro.
Oh, we could certainly do that. Here's the thing. He is very dangerous. That would be very, very cool. And also would make the queen extra mad at us. But it seems like you do not care if the queen is mad at you.
Nah, bro.
My kind of.
Hey, mad.
Sometimes the people who hurt us the most are the most hurt themselves.
Very well.
Also,
hurt monarchs,
Do we think we're gonna have to defeat the queen? Is that where this is heading?
I hope so. That's what I'm preparing for.
Because I guess I'm just if we're gonna have to be trying to defeat the queen, I want to make sure to save up as much of my energy as possible. I don't want to be too tired.
That's a good point.
Oh yes. We are probably going to have to fight the queen, but my friends, at the tea party, it is a safe little pocket of Wonderland because of some strange magic that happened quite a little while ago. The bards sing of Alice. Has anybody heard of the Alice who came here from a?
I've heard some of those songs.
She was crazy. What? My best friend, she came here, she was 6 years old, and she was like, oh wow, this place is wild, and then she turned us all upside down, topsy-turvy, and the queen, the queen hated her. I do not understand how she got here. She fell in from a different dimension entirely. She's not from the Land of Tales. So
Oh, isn't she a rabbit?
no, there is
I think
a
she's
rabbit
a robot.
somewhere.
Oh, she's a pigeon.
Yeah.
The rabbit, do not trust the rabbit no matter what he tells you. Do not trust that rabbit. He is a wily little rabbit.
I heard that he's always early.
No, in fact, he is always late.
Oh.
Well, that sounds problematic.
It is, as the queen does not like it.
I heard he's always right on time, precisely where he needs to be.
He would love
No,
that.
I think that's
Exactly
Mage's
when-
Pinocchio.
Oh, I
What are you
must have
thinking
mixed
of?
him up with Mandolf.
Now, let me ask you this, Cheese. So sorry. So, Does the queen like the Bandersnoodle?
Bandersnatch.
The Bandersnatch is a
Bandersnoot.
very powerful creature of Wonderland, and so is a very good ally to have. So the queen, I do not think the queen likes very much at all, except for her tarts and power, and sometimes the King of Hearts, but only sometimes.
Because I was thinking if we could get the Bandersnoodle on our side, then perhaps we would be even more fortified to take down this queen, of which I have all the optimism in the world. Who is she against the Cheese Boys?
Cheese Boys plus a mangy hippo. Yeah, that's an unstoppable force, to be honest.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, okay. So if we are looking for the Bandersnatch, then we don't have to be very sneaky. We can just if you make a lot of noise, you will attract the Bandersnatch, but he will be very grumpy. If you catch him penguin sliding, he is less likely to be grumpy. But who knows if he is penguin sliding right now or if he is somewhere else?
What if we keep our eyes peeled? We keep headed towards the mountains like we're doing. We keep our little peepers popped for a penguin, a mangy hippopotamus, penguin sliding down a mountain. And if we see him, we give him a holler and try to be like, "Yo, I got your shampoo. Now you're our friend. Your hair looks great, bro. You got those beach waves. Let's go mess up this queen."
Maybe we can like make a little pool at the bottom of the slide and like put the shampoo in there, right? And then it just like he slides into the pool and he's having a little bath.
Oh, then I could tell the Panda Latch a story.
Yes, excellent, Pinocchio. No
Yeah.
one can resist Pinocchio's stories. And I even think that I have somewhere with me a little rubber ducky we could put in the pool in case he gets bored and wants to have a little toy.
And glow sticks are waterproof. It's perfect. Pinox, did you have a specific story in mind that you think the Bandersnoodle caboodle would like the most?
I feel like I have to feel it out in the moment, but I'll have something.
I got
Let
no
the
doubt, bro.
Bandersnoot inspire.
All right, y'all.
Good
So
news. Real quick, may I? As we're moving, I want to just like keep regularly sniffing and looking around to see if I can find anything trackable of any of my brothers, like their smell
Sure.
or any little prints.
yeah,
or
go ahead and
anything.
make a survival check.
Survival.
Oh, while you do that, Rad, I just wanted to ask Chess quickly. Does the Bandersnoodle like cheese?
Sometimes
Mm.
he's a finicky guy.
What could you not like cheese though?
Well, I'm sure that he likes some cheese.
I'm gonna say like not any cheeses. There's gotta
It
be
just
some cheese.
it depends on the day. Sometimes he does not like to eat anything, and sometimes he eats everything. You know how it goes.
Oh. Yeah.
What did you get on your
I
check?
got a 18.
You sniff, and I think that the absence of anything gives you some information that there. It's like really conspicuous. There's not like footprints anywhere. There's no like of anything. Everything is like
Nah.
weirdly like you know when people cover their tracks,
hmm
but it's pretty obvious that people are covering their tracks.
So, like, the detectives come over, it smells like bleach, there's no sign of the murder kind of deal.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm getting. There's a hippo with mange, there's robot pigeons in the mountain that are listening to the exceptional musicians, the Blue Folks Collective, and this whole place is soaked in bleach, and that's why it's poison. I'm like a natural historian, man. I feel so smart right now, bro.
Honestly,
But I am concerned that all I smell is bleach. What's up, bro?
the way that you summed that up is quite honestly breathtaking, if I do say so. I'm also... Rad, can you tell me, are you smelling actual bleach? Because I'm just not getting any kind of scent.
Can I still smell the lump?
No, you are pretty far away from that now.
I've actually never smelled bleach. I just saw that on a TV show once and thought it sounded cool. So I might be smelling bleach right now. I also might not. I don't know.
Silly.
Technically, the sun can bleach. Did you know bleach is just electrified salt water? I can't. Don't get science, man. We'll talk about it later.
Frankie, can you roll me a luck check, please?
Sure. 9.
Awesome. You are all making your way through the mountains, talking about cheese and bleach, as we do. And Chess is chilling out on Bob's shoulder, and as you move around, you feel his whole little body like tense up, and his little tail like go like super straight. And from behind you, you hear this like heavy, snotty breathing. And Chess goes, I would encourage everybody to turn around slowly.
That sounds like the way a hippo breathes.
Or a panda.
You all
Should
hear
we
like
make the pool now?
It definitely sounds like it has
Dad,
mange, so I think so.
You got that
Yeah,
shampoo?
I do. I always keep it with my glow sticks. Mange is really common among boys.
are you all turning around?
So slowly.
So slowly. About
So
2
slowly.
feet away from you is a huge, in D&D terms, right? Huge. Looks like a big, round, like tiger almost, somewhere between a cat and a dog, but enormous. But all of the, like, you can see like little patches of fur, but everything else has been like burned away. This like thick, like dark skin covers this entire thing. Bright green eyes, huge like fangs, like drooling down his face, and really conspicuously a piece of purple in his neck.
Uh-oh.
That's bad.
I do need everybody to roll initiative, but everyone here is going to do it with advantage because Chess is with you.
Who do
2 feet away from us?
It's-
That's so close.
He's a
That's
sneaky
less
guy.
That's less than a grid space.
That's less than half of it.
I have advantage to initiative. No, I have +5 to initiative. Okay.
Mhm.
So I roll with advantage and add +5.
Just to double check, we heard that the tea party is a place where we could potentially have a rest of sorts, perhaps being of the long kind.
Yes.
Cool.
Copy. I got a
17.
19.
Okay, hold up one sec. 25 to 20? 20 to 15? Pinocchio?
Wait.
16.
16, Mia?
Sorry. My math went out of my brain.
17.
Thank you. 17.
Big Red?
19.
Oh, I forgot to roll for Chess, and that's important.
Chess.
Oh, Chess rolled really well, actually.
Do we have a tiny
Amazing.
neck guard for Chess?
Oh!
Chess does not have a tiny neck guard, but I'm sure that you can work on one for him. Chess, Big Red, Ratman, Pinocchio. What did you get, Steve?
13.
Great. So Chess starts us off with a 21. Chess looks at the Bandersnatch and goes, "Oh no, this is worse than usual because of that. You see, everybody sees the little purple.
Yeah,
Okay,
bro.
aha,
Yeah.
I understand the purple now. Okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to pull it out.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Careful.
Chess launches over and Chess lands on the Bandersnatch's head, and you can all see Chess be like, haha, and go to reach for it, and then be like, and then look at his little body, this big on top of an enormous Bandersnatch, and goes, okay, I have another thing that I'm going to do. And Chess turns into sparkles and moves all around the Bandersnatch's eyes. Everyone will have advantage on any attacks made against the Bandersnatch.
Chess is the coolest.
Chess is wild. Chess is in his home turf.
I love
So
him
cool.
so much.
That means
Oh.
they get advantage on everything, right?
No. But a lot of stuff. Big Rad, you're up next.
Yeah, bro, I'm going into a yeah, but it's
Right.
glow stick time, baby. Glow sticks everywhere. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. I'm gonna smack that. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna smack that with my surfboard. So I get advantage?
Yep.
Okay.
Roll those dice.
Thank you for the advantage. I don't love the nat 1 that I rolled. But with an 11, that's a 19 to hit.
19 hits the Bandersnatch.
Sick. Okay, 1d12 plus 7. Where's my d12?
I don't know.
Someday I hope I can identify by shape what these hecking die are. Okay.
D12 and D like 6/10 kind of all blend for me.
6 is the only one I can tell. Because it's the square.
It's just well.
Okay. 1d12 plus 7. That'll be 12 for my first attack.
Okay.
I have no idea how many attacks I have. I think it's 2.
You have 3. If you want to take them.
Oh! How does my bracelet work again? I had 3. It has charges.
It has 5
I wanna add
charges, and you get 1d4 at the beginning of the day. So you used 2 charges the last time you were in a fight. But that was before a long rest, so you're back to 5.
I wish. Can I add the bracelet to the first one, or should I just use it going forward?
Yeah, go ahead and do that
Bracelet.
and roll a d12.
I just had it in my hand this one.
Ignore the sound of me flipping through my notes as I try to find out what they know.
1.
A 1?
Oh, 1.
Okay, they need to make, the Bandersnatch needs to make a strength saving throw, which it is very good at.
Not as
But-
good as me, bro.
Ooh, with a natural 3, even with all the stuff that the Bandersnatch adds, doesn't do it. So a wave comes off of your surfboard, and it's like a wave of energy, but also like a physical, like, water wave. And like
With shampoo?
with shampoo and sure, and rocks on top of the Bandersnatch, who is knocked prone. Go ahead and make your second attack, also with advantage.
Okay, bro, this is what I'm saying. Okay, you're gonna be back to your luscious self in no time, bro. We're gonna get this thing out of your neck. Your locks are just gonna be flowing. What do I add? Good gravy. Okay, 27 will hit, I
Yeah.
assume.
Was that a nat 20? Or do you add plus
No,
9?
I have a plus 8
Okay.
to hit. That was a 19.
Dip.
Thanks, though. I would also like to bracelet this one.
Cool. Give
So I
me
do.
give me a d12 roll first.
Okay. That'll be a 4, baby.
Alright, so you're gonna roll a d12 and a d4. for damage, because this is 4 is that poison damage. So go ahead and roll a d4 and a d12.
Brad, that was so cool. You're doing the thing. Did you do that? We're giving him a bath.
Trying to suds up, bro. Sick thought putting the shampoo in the wig. Okay, 11. No, do you need the 11 is what I got total.
11 total, and that is including your plus whatever. Plus
Nope,
7.
sure is not. 19. Nope, 18.
Great.
I'm really good at science, not good at math.
That poison damage is the shampoo getting in his eyes, and he's like, rah!
Just rinse him out, bro. Rinse him out. It's fine. You'll be okay.
Oh, I lied to you.
Trust the process. You're gonna be clean at the end of this.
I thought it said no tears on it.
You know what he did?
He's just not used
This
to
is
it.
for babies. You're right.
Big Rad, I'm so sorry. You do only have 2 attacks because you have extra attack now, but because usually you can use your bonus action, but you went into a rave. Excuse me.
It's true. I did go into a rage. So next turn I could do 3 if I bonus
Yes.
as a bonus.
But the Bandersnatch has been knocked prone, and medicated, taking all of this shampoo damage. Ratman.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ratman is very impressed. Rad! Excellent work! This is in your best interest, Bandersnoodle. All will be well. We care about you. We are not trying to hurt you. So I get 2 actions, correct?
Yep. No. Why do you get 2 actions?
I have 2 actions written on my thing. I know that I get 2 attacks, like hitting twice.
Yes. That's not 2 actions.
Okay. Maybe Trad just has 2 actions. We can figure it out later. I really wasn't trying to mess with you. I do have that written down.
No, you're good. You might have, if you had haste, you get 2 actions, but that's gone.
I don't know.
Cool.
We can talk about it later. Is summoning my pumpkin in action?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Ryman gets out the portable hole.
Yes.
Essentially what Ratman wants to do, and I don't know that it's possible, but Ratman would like to, like, you know when you go to the spa and you get, like, I've not been to the spa, really. You get, like, a cleanse, like a, like
sure.
You get refreshed, and then you do some sort of heat, like you go to the sauna and then you jump in the cold and then you go back to the hot. Right, so we just cooled him off with a nice bath and some suds, and now I just want to like blow dry him a little bit. So I would like to cast Searing Smite in the hole so that it doesn't set him on fire, but it wafts up.
So Searing
It
Smite
makes him docile a little bit.
Searing Smite is something that you add to an attack. So it's like it builds onto an attack.
I love this idea.
So you can definitely do that, but it is going to also be like making an attack against.
So you're basically making a huge hairdryer.
Yeah.
I love it.
I just don't want to cause him that much damage, but it is but yeah, I recognize I'm attacking.
For sure. I will also remind you that as a paladin, you have Lay on Hands, which is up to 30 points now.
Oh, yes, and that can get the thing out, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to prioritize that over this massive blow dryer idea.
Cool.
Even though
DC for Lay on Hands starts at 30, but for every 5 you spend, it goes down by 5. So.
Yes, this is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Bandersnoggle, stay where you are, remain calm. Keep all hands and limbs in the vehicle at all times. I'm saying this as I'm like taking large steps towards the creature, and then I gently in my pumpkin galoshes like kind of climb on top of the Bandersnoodle and cast lay on him. Use lay on hands.
Cool. How many points do you want to spend for this?
All of them.
Does that make the DC 0? I don't. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Stupid. All right, yeah. Great. So you spend all your lay on hands, and it happens. It.
Yes!
You lay on hands. You tell me how that works.
Oh, great. Yeah, so I'm like poised on top of him in my pumpkin galoshes.
Of course.
And I've connected to my pumpkin necklace, and I say, "Pumpkin power, pour into me," as I gently caress and sort of like I'm shampooing him, so I'm like really getting in there, cleaning him up.
Give me a charisma check with advantage.
This is making me want to go get my hair washed so badly.
Right?
It's my favorite feeling.
16?
You all see Ratman jump on top of the Bandersnatch and then is engulfed in this like bright orange light. Ratman surrounds the Bandersnatch, and you are all like blinded for 30 seconds. Chess goes and jumps onto Bob's head. As that light calms down, you see Ratman standing in front of a huge, fluffy, like still green-eyed but chillin' Bandersnatch, who licks the entire side of Ratman's face.
Oh, see? You're just a fluffy ball of fur underneath all that, weren't you? And I'm like scruffing his scruff behind his ears and getting in there. Oh.
Should we still be worried, Chess?
Chess goes, Bendy! And jumps on his head and like just he's so small, so he's clinging to like the forehead of the Bandersnatch. And the Bandersnatch licks this huge tongue up to like lick at Chess. The Bandersnatch is like horrible and gross, but also cute and fluffy. It's very confusing.
Very clean.
And super clean now. Chess is like doing the cat like kneading thing on top of the Bandersnatch. I
mean, he's basically just one of my people. You're like an oversized rat, right?
Dude, you're...
This is Ratman.
Yeah.
Ratman, the invincible. Ratman, the singular. Ratman, the powerful.
Chess turns his little head to you and is like, the Bandersnatch is not like me. It does communicate, but more with like grunts and like physical, but does not use the words all that much.
I would like to just immediately, like, oh, I've got this kind of vibe, and like gently hold out some of his own fluff and just like, ooh, to try to communicate. You're looking fine.
He looks overjoyed. Chess looks at you all and is like, this is very good, the Bandersnatch. And you see Chess like meows at the Bandersnatch, and the Bandersnatch does some sort of like grunting in response. And Chess gives a little kiss on top of his head and looks at you guys and goes, the Bandersnatch does not like to be told what to do or where to go. He likes to play here in the mountains. He would not even listen to the queen, but no, he does not have to. And you see the Bandersnatch looks so thrilled about this. And Chess says, so he tells me that he will come join us if we call for him. He will rush to the castle. It may take him just like a few seconds, but he is very fast and very sneaky. He's a tricky little Bandersnatch.
I give him some
He snuck
cheese.
right up behind me.
He's very sneaky.
Within 2 feet, bro.
He's,
We're fine.
yeah, he's so scary. And you see the Bandersnatch like flops on his back in the hopes for like belly rubs.
Yeah. I go full, like, wolf puppy.
You are
Mode.
so small compared to the Bandersnatch. You're like,
Uh-huh.
I just
I go-
toss him pieces of cheese.
he looks thrilled. And
Okay, so just... Oh, go ahead.
you see the Bandersnatch like wiggles one of his back teeth and then like spits it out. And there's like a little hole in it, and Chess jumps down and picks it up and goes and blows into the hole, and this like little noise that you can barely hear pops out, and he goes, yes, Bandersnatch, you are so nice to us. And Bandy gave us this little juice of his so that if we need to call him, this will help reach all the way across Mervai, so we do not have to worry about going too far. You are a good Bandersnatch.
That's so cool, bro. So you just, like, turned your cavities into something real productive. This dude's amazing.
Gotta see a dentist, bro. It's super important.
We are
Once a
in,
year, gotta get a cleaning.
what is dentist?
Oh, it's like this really
Somebody
weird
puts
thing.
dents.
You lay down in a chair and you open your mouth and they ask you questions about your life while they're putting instruments in your mouth. You're like, hey, how you doing? How are things going? You're like, ah. And they're like, oh my God, that's so interesting. How about you going? And you're like, ah. So it's like, it's really cool and interesting. I mean, like somebody his size could probably just get those little birds to like sit in his mouth and like pick things out. And they probably wouldn't ask any questions.
Oh, that
Now,
would
when
be
you
nice.
say instruments, are you talking, like, guitars, lutes, flutes,
Maybe a saxophone.
penny whistles, saxophone? Because that
Oh,
sounds
all of them.
sick.
Oh, okay. That makes a
Incredible.
lot more sense than what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I bet the robot pigeons could take care of that for him.
Oh, yeah.
You all hear the Bandersnatch and see the Bandersnatch like really, it's weird seeing something this large move so fast, but kind of in like the blink of an eye he's back on all fours and like growling at a spot back towards the like green mountain that you guys came through. And Jess goes, okay, so it seems like we might be being followed, or just maybe the queen guards are coming into the mountains, which doesn't happen all that often. Maybe she felt it when we took this out of the Bandersnatch. So we should probably get going. And I would not worry too much about the Bandersnatch. He is okay. And you see this huge creature looks like ready to go. Jess is like, we will see you later, Bendy. Enjoy messing with them. I know you haven't been able to in a while.
I would really hate to interrupt Bandy's fun, but do you think if we asked real nice, he would take us to the castle? Because he's huge. We could all fit on there. If he's that kind of dude. I don't know if he's like a centaur where they're like, no. Or if they're like a horse where it's like, sure.
You could all probably, especially if Ratman became Trad again, you could probably all get on the Bandersnatch. So the thing with that is you would be skipping the tea party.
We gotta do that part.
And you would be rolling up really conspicuously to the front gate, which is fine.
Look, he's so sneaky.
He's
You
not going to
know-
be super sneaky with 3 people on his back.
I bet that Snoogle over there could, like, clear a good path for us and then have our backs when we get there.
Bandersnatch looks ready. I think he doesn't communicate in the way that, like, Chess communicates with you, but being here for even just, like, the short amount of time that you have been, I think you're all starting to, like, understand the, like, weird creatures here, especially you spent a lot of time with Chess. So you're getting the feeling that this Bandersnatch is dying to mess up some Queen soldiers, and will probably try to meet back up with you all. Like, would come with you if you wanted, but will cause... Chess is like, you do not want to bring the Bandersnatch to the tea party. He showed up one time, and everyone was so mad he almost ate the dormouse. It was so funny, but not everyone thought so.
I really would hate to get in the way of a bro in his fight. So I'm just gonna, hey Brandy, if you want, I'm, and I'm like, I have the shampoo bottle and I'm like miming, like, this is how your hair looks good. And I'll leave him the shampoo bottle and, I'm ready to roll out whenever you guys are, bros.
He licks a really big stripe up the side of your face, and then turns to, like, checks with you guys, but is turning to, like, run.
Mess him up!
I tie a little satchel of cheese around his scruff.
Can we give him advantage with our love?
Yeah, you can give him a little advantage on some of his first attacks. He bounds off, you all take off in the other direction, and you very quickly afterwards hear, like, ah! And a lot of growling from behind you. And you continue through the mountains? Gorgeous.
Yeah. What tea party to get to?
It doesn't take, bless you, a whole lot of time as you're traversing through these mountains. They provide excellent cover. And as you move around one made out of, like, just... It's not frozen water. It is moving, but it's solid.
Is it?
Is it what?
Liquid water.
It's liquid water. It is, in fact, liquid water.
Is it of an ocean variety?
It's of a mountain variety.
Ah, liquid water of a mountain variety.
Oh.
That's called a callback in the bit.
And as you round the corner, there's a break in the valleys, and you see this, like, the valley just kind of extends behind Water Mountain, and there is a little tiny cottage and a enormous table, like one that you would see in, really reminiscent of the one from the first time we were here in Bianco with that huge dining table. They're piled high with so many things of different colors and textures. And you see...
Cheese?
No. You see lying face down at the head of the table is this, like, tall... You can tell, like, tall, like, kind of spindly person face down, and you're coming in so you can see the front of the table, but the back of the table, right, the other head of the table, you see the back of somebody with huge ears, and they're sitting perfectly still, like, kind of looking at this table, and Chess leans down and goes, so some things might be a little weird here. I told you that, and my friend Zimarcher has been acting very strange. I am not exactly sure what, but we should be careful.
Can we see his neck?
You can make a perception check. It's going to be at a disadvantage from this. You're still quite a bit away.
This whole scene seems suspicious. Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
You said perception for me?
Mm-hmm. Full.
That's big fat fooler.
Can I
Yeah, no.
investigate, or does it have to be perception?
Investigation, you're going to have to get closer.
Cool. I'll do a disadvantaged perception.
Sure.
Maybe. One of them was a nat 20, the other was a 15.
Ooh. What do you, is it?
I don't add anything to perception, so that's raw.
You do see a bit of purple poking out. But they have, as far as you know, where you are right now, Chess kind of like stopped you before you passed over like the threshold of where they're going to be able to catch you. So you have the advantage here. You have not been spotted.
Chess, is this the tea party where you said we might be safe to rest?
If you look, and he points down, and the like water melds back into that crazy technicolor grass, but there are mushrooms all the way around.
Oh, Ratman, how good's your aim?
So I was just thinking about that. I see a line where I could aim.
Huh?
And I think I could do it.
I think you could, and I bet if I gave you my huff puff, that the voice in my head would maybe let you have some kind of advantage on that throw. Maybe, if we're real cute about it.
Rad, I think you're really onto something.
Looks like Pinocchio has something to say. What's up, Pinocchio?
We're killing them? We're just...
No, bro. No, what? Murder? No, dude. No, bro.
That would
You
be
throw
unjust.
the hole. That'd be unjust. We're trying to throw the hole.
Oh.
I will say that you're all starting to talk a lot and pretty loudly.
The hole. We're trying to throw them.
Well, maybe I could distract them, and maybe Bob could do a dispel a Margarino. Because you could do that from pretty far.
I will say right now, if you do not move any closer, you will get a surprise round.
How far would I have an idea of how many feet we are away right now?
Yeah, I think you're probably like 45-ish away.
Okay, gorgeous. Yeah, I'm well within range to try to dispel.
Great. It is a DC 18.
Cool. Do we want to... This is going to kick us off, so do we want to try to...
Set up.
Yeah, see if there's anything else we want to get going in case this doesn't work, or is there anything else that anyone could do to try to give me a little help on this?
I cast Bless on Bob.
Great.
If Pinocchio was able to get to said table and distract said creature, would that give Bob advantage?
Probably, but Chess is gonna go ahead and give him advantage anyway.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
I just give Bob a big old pat on the back and I say, listen, buddy, I have full faith and confidence in your ability. And with that, I cast Bless.
Great.
Who are you casting on? The hair? Marked hair?
I believe that... Did I see the purple on both of them?
No.
Okay.
Who
And the
did
marked
I-
hair is
did- so I-
closer.
The Martyr is closer, is like 45 feet away from the back of him, and then at the other end of this like 40-foot table is that collapsed person. You can't, it's
Great,
super
so-
hard to see them.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to roll my bless first so that I know what I have to hit on the D20.
Sweet.
Come on. You know what? I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use this one. Yes. That's the 3.
Great.
Okay.
So
So
that's-
what do I add to this? My proficiency in my spellcasting?
Yep.
Great. So I add 7. So I'm already at a 10. without rolling the d20.
Great. So DC 10?
No,
Or DC
I
8.
already have, so DC 8.
Great. All right. And you roll 2 times.
Yep, advantage. Bless the advantage. And the bless.
That's
2
good
dice
back.
here. Come on, money. I got it. Higher one was an 11.
Woo!
But I did roll
Yes.
a 2.
Nice.
Gorgeous. Tell me what it looks like as you dispel this magic.
I think in an effort to try to kind of blend in with this place, Bob is trying to make it as small as possible. But the way that this dispel magic works when it's out of range is really like Bob kind of like starts moving his hands back and forth and around and like forms a little like what looks like a little ball of fluff in between his hands, and then he kind of like tosses it and like underhand like submarine style just like throws it across the like on the ground like just low enough that it won't like it's not super obvious right at this figure with these giant ears that we see. And at the last second, it skips off a little rock on the ground, pops into the air, and lands right around his head, and then falls off on the other side, encasing the purple gem inside of this little fluff.
Gorgeous. Stunning.
That's it.
Oh, Bob, that was a masterpiece. Like watching someone play an orchestra in
You
front of
could
my
be a
area.
dentist, man. All those instruments.
All those
That was
instruments.
You
Good
all-
It
teamwork.
is an orchestra, right?
Yeah, in the mouth, I think. But
Oh, okay.
I'm
as
not gonna limit you, bro. You're
as
unstoppable.
this fluff is thrown at the March Hare, you watch his whole body like stiffen, and he stands up, whips around to see all of you, eyes huge, and Jess goes, "My friend," and he looks at Chess and looks at all of you, and you watch this like 6-foot tall rabbit with these
Ooh.
like huge ears, like dark dusky colored fur, like curl in on himself, and goes, "Oh dear, oh no, oh no, okay, so, Chess, and Chess, like, leaps over and gives him a hug, and he's like, "It's okay, my friend, it is okay," and you see that March Hare's, like, holding the cat and looks at all of you and goes, "Did I try to kill you? Are you sure?"
No, Bob didn't give you a chance to.
Okay,
Yeah.
We cut you off before you could, buddy.
whips
Right.
around to the collapsed man at the table and goes, "Ah!"
You
Did I
did
kill
kill
him?
him, though. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. In your defense, we don't actually know if he's dead or not, but he has been face down like that since we got here.
And Chess bloop, and appears on top of the face down person and starts doing the cat kneading thing to the back of their head. And the person pops up, this like gorgeous like man of Asian descent, just like super stunning, huge like brightly colored top hat on his head, which he adjusts and goes, "Ah, Chess! You fixed him! You fixed him!" And March here goes, "Ah, you scared me so much." And the the Mad Hatter jumps up on the table and starts kicking things off, and goes, "Friends, come to the table, my friends. You came here and you saved us. Everybody sit down." And the chairs start moving towards you and move around for you to sit in. Do people sit in the chairs?
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
Before I sit down, I would like to present them with a charcuterie board of cheese.
Sure. They sent the chairs to you 45 feet away from the actual table, so you can like.
It was like a 12.
Great. Looks like chairs to you. Weird chairs. They're moving.
Yeah, I'll sit down.
Great. Does everybody
Like
sit
one of
down?
those chair lifts. on
Ratman
the
sits down holding the
Holding
charcuterie
the
board.
charcuterie board.
Um,
I noticed your table was missing something.
the chairs all move you to different places at the table, and the Mad Hatter leans down, picks up the cheese, and goes, cheese, and throws it over his shoulder. And does a somersault, knocks off 12 different teacups, shattering them everywhere. The March Hare is running behind him, like, picking up the pieces of the charcuterie board and, like, trying to mush the broken pieces of each pottery bag together and go, oh, so sorry, ignore him, he's just a little excited. And the Mad Hatter goes, I have been pretending to be dead for I don't know how long. I don't know. This one went cuckoo crazy right off the rails, and so he came for me and I went nope, and now I'm back.
Can we just double check his neck?
Sure. Are you like looking, or are you asking him?
I'm just looking, kind of from where I'm sitting. Like I think he's probably fine, but we gotta double check.
He's got like long hair, so it's hard to see. You can definitely make a perception check, but it's gonna have to be with disadvantage.
Excuse me, could I, gather your gorgeous, luscious waves? I have some magic in my hands and would love to. It seems like you've had a bit of a chaotic time, and I could just caress your luscious hair for a moment. Is this something that you would appreciate?
He slides across the table on his belly and puts both hands under his chin and goes, oh, good sir, and flips his hair to one side so that you can see his very bare neck.
Whew.
Is that all?
I am caressing his hair.
Oh, gorgeous. And he, is having the time of his life, kicking his feet like a 12-year-old in an 80s sitcom.
I'm prestidigitating like some sparkles and shimmery stuff coming out of the hair wherever Ratman's touching it.
Recently...
Not Toots this time.
Recently, a young girl in a village taught me the fish braid, and Ratman attempts fish braiding.
Here, stick a glow stick in there. It's beautiful.
Batman, just wash your hands after. I mean, like, hatters have been known to use mercury in the development of making hats, and they might have some. It just wouldn't be good to get in your mouth or your hands or face.
He rolls
That's
on his
nice.
back and points at you with his toes and goes, this guy gets it. Kicks both of his legs up and sits on the edge of the table with his legs like really prettily crossed and goes, welcome to our table. It is so nice to have you here. Can I get you a cup of tea? Can I get you snacks? Food? Chess smacks him with his tail and goes, you broke the charcuterie board. And the Mad Hatter goes, I don't know what that is.
Ratman just gets really close to the Mad Hatter's face and looks him dead in the eyes and says, do you believe in justice?
I believe in fun and excitement and forehead kisses, and gives you a kiss on the forehead and moves across the table.
Huh. Ratman's not sure what to make of this.
Jess.
You
He's offering us food, and I really want to eat it, and I really could use some tea, but you did say every single thing here is poison. Now, is this an exception because we're in the safe zone, or is also poison here, don't eat that?
Chess picks up a scone and munches it.
Sick.
It is not poison.
Wait. You're a tricky little cat. What if you spent the last however many years building up a tolerance to iocane powder or whatever it is, and now you can eat it and not die?
I am a tricky little cat, but poison will still kill me. I will die a little death. Well,
That's okay.
so Chess goes around and starts tasting things and is like, I have not died yet, so and you see the Mad Hatter is like, I wouldn't be so ridiculous as to put poison in my people's food. You lace the tea.
Pinocchio's like,
Oh, well, I mean, like, poison doesn't do anything for me either, so it's fine.
Gorgeous. So you all came here and rescued me from my insane friend, and you see the March Hare is like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. And he's like, that's enough. So what do you want? You want gold, or are you not supposed to be here? What's up?
Ratman, even though he doesn't know what to make of this guy, is flushing a little bit and is confused and doesn't really know what to say.
He winks at you and looks at Bob.
too?
Definitely a little taken aback.
He looks at you, smiles, winks, and turns to Bob and says,
Oh.
"Me?
Well, so we're on a little bit of a quest here to try to maybe and I look over at Chess and I'm like, are you sure we can trust him?
No.
Okay.
He's the Mad Hatter. He is mad. But we are friends. And he
Perfect.
does not like the Queen. He does not like the Queen because she tries to tell him what to do.
Perfect. No, I think I'm like, all right, great. So, we're on a mission to find the Blue Folks Collective.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys have a pigeon?
Specifically a robotic one. Head to toe blue.
We want it.
Jewel tone.
We want the Blue Folks to help us kill the Queen.
So, you've all said a lot of crazy things. But the one I like the most is we want to kill the Queen.
Oh,
Love
good.
that. Don't know
know
of
what
any
side you're on.
specific blue people, but I do
Folks.
know a little bit about what's been happening here. Everybody have a seat. And you see that he looks at the March Hare, and the March Hare looks at him. And they both grab Chess for a minute and bring him to the side, and you see them have like a whispered conversation. And Chess is just a lot of like, we. I said yes. How many times do I have to tell you? And they all come back. The March Hare starts moving around the circle, and as he does, you see this like trail of like glittering magic start sinking into the earth around the table, and he goes around and around and around until you see this like sort of rainbow bubble start to build up and around the table. And as soon as you are encased in this like dome situation, the Mad Hatter goes, all right, so now we can talk freely. They can see us, but they can't hear us. So you want to kill the Queen? Why?
That's a great question. We know she's bad. I don't remember the fingernails.
We think
Bob
she is
Pinocchio.
our
She took your
friend.
family. She literally took your family. She took the fairies.
Oh yeah,
She's taking everybody.
that's.
Everybody
Purple
did.
things in people's necks. I'm done with it.
I
want it gone.
I really knew somebody would show up for these things that have just been moving across. Mervai, yes, yeah. So you must be a big wolf. That's so exciting. I've seen a lot of the big wolves, but I've never talked to a big wolf. This is so exciting.
Have you seen a lot of them here
Yeah.
recently? Where?
Yeah.
That's my bros, bro. I gotta get my bros back.
Oh, they're at the castle.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta go there.
Okay.
To kill the queen.
Okay.
Huh?
That's
Huh?
exciting. So I can't go there.
Okay.
I would love
well,
to.
we got the
Can't.
We got the Bandersnoodle coming to help us out.
Wait, I'm so sorry. So sorry. You got the Bandersnatch to help you out? That guy doesn't like anybody. He like
gave him
barely
a
likes
bath.
Jess.
We gave him a bath.
It was the mange. It makes you like just real grumpy, always itchy. It's like it's bad.
Huh.
Also, we're like pretty cool, you know. So like, we kind of vibe with almost everybody who's pretty cool.
For the record, anything that you have eaten at this table gives you 5 temporary HP.
Is that on top of the 5 temporary HP we got last session?
Temp HP does not stack, so
Oh, you know, I just
fair. But yes, you get all this temp HP, and he looks at all of you and says, "Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the queen. I don't like her all that much. She showed up here and was just like, I'm the queen, I'm the queen, I'm the queen. And then kicked everybody out of the castle. Everybody had to leave the castle. Insane, right? And she took the heart of Wonderland for herself. And I, being me, managed to get in there. And you see, he pulls out like a tiny crystalline shard. And he was like, I was able to get a little bit. And you see Chess's eyes go wide. He's like, I was able to get this little bit. I'm really not supposed to have it. And then she barred me, so I can't get in there. Physically, I will be destroyed. But what can I do to help you in this situation? Because it would be nice for her to get the heck out of there. And here, generally.
Chess, would you be able to explain what you explained to us about what this being, excuse me, do you prefer Sir Mad Hatter, Ma'am Mad Hatter, Your Highness?
Oh, Your Highness, Mad Hatter. Absolutely.
Your Highness. Ratman goes back to not knowing what to do with his hands for a moment. Jess, could you describe what you told us about the pigeons and the protection and the necks and the robots and the turducken?
Chess goes, Hatter, and he's like, Your Highness, Mad Hatter, and Chess rolls his eyes and goes, Hatter, I told them that you might be able to make some of your magic. Okay, so you saw that March, and the March hair is like, he's like, March has the purple in his neck, and we thought you might have the purple in your neck, but you did not. But we are a little, so we all got purples. Not me, but some people got purpled. And we would like to not get purpled, but it seems that the purple can only go in behind your ear. Something about science, I think. So we are looking.
Science.
And
Science.
He goes,
Science.
would someone take out the little guard that big...
Oh,
And you see the Mad Hatter go, ugh. All right, I understand. I get it. Can I have those? Please?
yeah. It's not exactly dashing. It doesn't fit very well.
Oh, and it looks horrible, and also looks like you're choking. Hate that. Let's give those to me. And he lays them all out on the table, and you watch him like, he's like, march. And they do this whole little like situation where it's like an operating table. He's like ripping open the stuffing and like putting in these weird like microchips. It's this whole situation. He's like, you know, calling for different tools, and the March Hare will hand it to them. And at one point, the March Hare reaches into a teapot and pulls out a sleeping mouse and squeezes him, and he goes, bleh. And a little like bit of spit comes out, and they put him back. And finally, this like strange, like multicolored iridescent magic moves over these guards, and they become like thin, really, really flexible, and he hands them back to you. And if you put them on, they're super soft. They're like this like collar that really blends into the rest of your skin, so people can't really notice that you are wearing them. It does not make you immune to being stuck with these things, but in terms of the attack, it gives everybody a -5 and disadvantage to try to get to you.
Does he make one for chess?
He doesn't make one for chess, but you see that the March Hare pulls out like cuts off a little part of the tablecloth and lays it out and like wraps Chess up like a burrito and cuts little things for his arms, and does a bunch of magic around. And Chess is like in a like little puffer jacket now that goes up around his neck, and Chess goes, I look so cool now, little cheese boy. And the Mad Hatter goes, don't know what that's about, but you do look cute. Love it. How do we feel, everybody? We good?
I can't handle it. So cute.
What my friend here is trying to articulate is that I think I speak for everyone when I say we're all very overwhelmed, grateful, and forever in your debt, Sir Majesty, Your Highness, Your Honor.
Chess, can I just bite you just a little bit?
Okay.
Chess looks like a squeaky toy.
Yeah, he squeaks. The big red wolf, that is ticklish. That is ticklish. You stop that.
Sorry, bro. You're just so cute. I want to pull you up.
Aggressive.
Yeah, but like cute, aggressive. There's science for that too. We'll get into it later. Thank you so much. These are the coolest, sickest neck guards I've ever seen. My neck has never felt so suave and so safe at the same time.
You see the Mad Hatter flips his hair and is like, happy to help. Happy to help. So, you kill the queen, and then you've got to erase all her wards. And then the people of Mervai will be able to figure out how to deal with the castle. Because right now, her wards are keeping all of us out. And he looks down at Chess and goes, Chess, buddy, I don't know if you're going to be able to get in there. And Chess looks annoyed that someone could possibly be telling her what to do. And is like, I do not know about that, but I am going to give it a go because I do not care. This is my home, and that is partly my crystal, and I will go and hug the crystal so that I can do all the fun things that I want to do. Don't you want to do all the fun things that you could do? And you see the Mad Hatter like picks him up and is like, of course. Of course. You all better take care of Chess. You must. And then come back for a real party. Or, we can have a party in the castle. I have so much to plan. So you all go kill the queen. I can't... I can't help you get in there. And you see the March Hare goes, I can. So I can help a little. We can't get in there, of course. But I can get you to the two, so Chess told you about the paths in. So I can get you outside the castle in one of those. They're both tunnels that lead into the castle. They were made a really long time ago to make sure that, in case of emergencies, you could get out or you could get in. So I could get you outside one of those. One of them leads to the dungeon, and the other one leads to the crystal caves.
Yes. We've heard of both of these.
Yeah, we were thinking of sneaking in through the dungeon, right, boys?
That's right. So that we could
I
infiltrate.
figure my bros are most likely to be in the dungeon, so might as well go rescue them and then see if they'll help us to,
That's right.
the queen and stuff.
All right.
And hug the crystal.
The March Hare bangs with his foot on the ground, and a hole opens up in the ground. And he's like, okay, so you're just gonna, and it'll bring you right there.
In that hole right there?
Hey, we've walked through worse. And Pinocchio's just gonna, like, 2 feet, just, like, step in, giving a salute.
It is a slide. You are just like, woo!
Yes, I regret this entirely.
Oh, look at Ro! Have a safe journey, buddy. And I jump in after him.
You, all the way down.
Storming the castle.
I think I'm going to turn back and look at the Mad Hatter and be like, thank you so much for this. This is probably the most comfy and cozy thing I've ever had around my neck, and I spent 20 years as a sheep. And I jump in the hole.
You hear the Mad Hatter go, that's crazy!
I would like to present you with this bouquet of glow sticks as thanks for helping us. And thank you so much. I can't wait to have a real party, like a longer. Anyway, we'll see you at the castle in a little bit after the queen. Thanks, bros. Woo!
Before you go in, he grabs onto your front and goes, keep this, and puts that little shard in your hand, and says, hold on to that, and if Chess needs it, give it to him.
I will guard this with my life.
Awesome. He gives you a little bow. The March Hare gives you a little wave, and you all disappear down this hole. You come tumbling out at the bottom of what is effectively a large dirt slide, and you are outside. You're in a tunnel that, like, in a little bit gets to a door, like a big, heavy wooden door. And that is where you are right now, my friends.
Did we rest there?
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like shorties? Longies?
It's up to you.
Mediumies?
You can it's a short rest for sure, but feel free to regain spell slots and such that you lost. It is effectively a long rest. You all didn't use a lot of stuff in this little bit, so you get that all back. And there's a huge, like, closed off door.
We going?
My, this is a big door. And I will kind of, like, press my body against it, like, listening, smelling it.
It's a door.
Does it have a crack under it? Can we, like, look underneath?
No, it is, like, super securely packed. It's all, like, hard packed earth down here. So there is no anything outside of, like, big door with a big lock on it.
Can I do an investigation to see if I smell or hear anything?
Sure.
That's a nat 1. Yep,
Cool.
sure is.
It's a door.
So I found out that this here object is a door. So
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe that leads into the dungeon?
Just for posterity's sake, can Pinocchio, like, try to push it open?
Sure.
What happens?
Nothing.
Okay.
You push it open. Go ahead and give me, like, an investigation, some sort of intelligence-based situation.
Oh, I'm good at that. That's actually a dirty 20.
Great. You push on the door. It seems to just be, like, locked. And sort of, like, bolted into place, like somebody knows that this is an entrance and did what they needed to do to, like, block it up. You see Chess goes, let me see if I can do something. And Chess is going to roll a little bit.
Can I talk to Bob while he's rolling? Is this going to be a minute of a roll?
It is just about it. We are done now. Chess goes to bloop over to the other side, and it does not work. He like hits something and falls backwards. And goes, oh, this queen and her stupid words. I do not like it. And he's getting like loud.
Shh.
I am mad, actually, and I want this door to open.
Tess, I see your emotions, and I am so proud of you for having this vulnerable moment. But I think we have to be quiet. And I just like pick up Chess and give him a big bear hug.
You give him a big bear hug. He like starts to cry. He is very upset and very frustrated about not being able to get into this door.
It's okay, buddy. Let it out. It's not healthy in there. It's like when you got a big fart and you just keep it inside, you know? And your stomach starts to hurt. So you just gotta cry.
Okay. And you hear a little tiny voice go, oh, is that the Cheshire Cat? And you see Chesh looks around and goes, oui, I am the Cheshire Cat. Who are you? And everybody, no perception check needed. Crawling along the lock is a little tiny, like worm. Just a little dirt-colored worm.
Dirt-colored worm!
Yeah.
Wow.
And points his little head at you. As he does, he's got these little googly eyes. And he looks up.
Me.
And goes, oh, the Cheshire Cat. We've all been missing you. Why are you so sad? And Chess is like, it will not let me inside. It will not let me. The door is locked. And the worm goes, oh, yeah. It's a hard door to get through. But I think my friends can help you out. And a huge amount of worms start crawling up the door. They surround the lock, and you hear a voice from inside going, hey, hey, hey! This door is locked. I am the lock. My job is to lock. And you hear a bunch of voices being like, that's enough. We need to open this door. And you hear a lot of like, click, 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 click. And the door clicks open.
This place is so cool. This place is insane and I love it.
Isn't it wild? It's a fun place.
Thank you so much, Warren, bro. Do you all like cheat? I have a glow stick. It's shaped like you, but glowy.
Whoa.
I'll leave them several glow sticks.
They are raving in the tunnel. You see them like disappear down the tunnel with the glow sticks.
Thank you, little worms. Thank you so much for your
Got
help.
it.
You are
Anything for the chess.
You are kind, and we are so grateful. We are in your debt.
Anything for the chess. And they disappear. The door is unlocked. What do we do?
I'm just looking. Ratman's just looking through the door hole.
It's unlocked. It's still not able to be. Look, you got to push it open.
Oh, I kick it. Just a little, like a.
It opens.
Dexterous, like.
It opens into a dank, dark basement. Like rows of cells all the way down. Empty.
Investigation.
Sure.
Pinocchio is going to go ahead and just preemptively cast Pass Without a Trace. So that everybody, it lasts up to an hour, and essentially everybody gets a +10 on stealth checks.
Yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Sick.
You're
18.
18?
Are they really empty?
They
Or is
are.
stuff in there visible?
They are really empty.
Where's my bros?
Hey! Hey! Who's here? Is anybody down here?
Are you starting
was
to yell
it?
it?
It's like a 6 on the volume scale for Ratman.
Well, I use a 5-point volume scale. So.
Maybe dial
So-
it down to like a 2 or a 1.
Yep, 2.5 at the most.
0.
You see Chess has made it inside. Is like clinging to Big Rad's shoulder and makes it inside. And like uses his little leg to like kick the door shut behind him. And he's like, "You should not leave any trail behind us." This is the dungeon. Usually there is at least one guy in here. At the very least, people annoy the queen all the time when they come here. Perhaps we explore a little further?
I mean,
What I've not.
my first thought is, what do you need a dungeon for if you can just put purple in everybody's necks and make them do what you want?
That is true. Big
I'm
Rad
concerned.
with an 18. And go ahead and add 1d8 to that roll. Chess is going to give you a little inspiration.
Change Chess. Are you an 8? You're an 8. 6.
6 plus 18 is 24.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
I think you like go into one of the cells and are like sniffing. Someone was here. Go ahead and make a survival check with advantage on that.
Someone was here.
You can smell like Big Wolf for sure.
My bros were here. 19?
Scent is traveling out of the dungeon and like down another hall. But this place is abandoned. Like there's nobody in here.
I'm one track mind. I'm following the scent. Not fast, but like nose to the ground. We're following the scent. I'm going.
Cool. Is everyone following along? Go ahead and
Yeah,
make a
Nice and
sniffing as
sneaky.
well.
go ahead and make a
Nice
stealth
and
check.
sneaky, Big Rad.
Who has the worst stealth modifier in the group?
6.
I have +7.
Big Rad, what's your modifier?
Plus 6.
Oh wow, everybody's sick. Mine is the worst. I'm gonna give myself Blessing of the Trickster to get advantage.
Great.
I have.
Protect me with shadows.
Oh no.
Remember, it's plus 10 on top of what you already add.
Oh really?
Yes.
Wait. Okay.
Why?
Pass without trace.
Pass without
okay.
trace gives you plus 10 on top of what you add already. So what did you get all together?
16.
Okay.
Buddy.
20?
Oh, I said buddy. I got a 28.
28.
Yeah.
Pinocchio, go ahead and also add a d8. Ratman, what did you get all together?
23.
All right. And Bob?
20.
Great.
Sneak, sneaky, sneak. Sneak, sneak, sneak.
Bum, 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 bum.
We're sneaking in a dungeon. Sneaking in a dungeon. Sneaking in a dungeon.
Plus 4, so 30, 20.
Great. You all
Aw.
make it down the hall. You alert nobody. You are in the sub basement of the castle. You see Chess's eyes start to like change colors the further in you get. And he looks up at you and goes, "The heart. It is close." And as you go, you see this like big, like, pulsing light of all of these different, like, strange iridescent colors coming from around the corner. Big Rad, you are following your nose. It is moving you towards the light. As you turn the corner, you see a huge cavern covered in crystals of all different sizes and shapes and colors. And in those crystals, with the crystals growing up around them, you see so many of your brothers, and you see 4 fairies.
Oh!
And that's where we have to pause for today.
Hell,
I'm sorry, Bob. What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say, I think it's time to blow the Bandersnoot's tooth.
And on that note, we are going to pause here for today.
Is that the episode title?
Yes.
Time to blow the Bandersnoot's tooth.
Yes, exactly. Somebody write that down.
The call of the Bandersnoot!
The call of the Bandersnoot. Gorgeous. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us here today. Join us here next Thursday for our last episode in season 1 of Land of Tales.
Ow, my heart. Ow.
I know. Can't wait to see you all next week. See you later. Everybody say bye.
Don't kill us, Dewey!